All right, guys, we gotta get to work today because we gotta get this thing going to leave tomorrow for Florida. So if you don't know, we're doing the Danger Ranger 9000, so we're gonna be racing a Rango back there. We still need to put even struts and shocks, not struts, shocks on it still, but first things first, we gotta get the thing that's transporting us to Florida up and going. So we gotta deassemble this whole side here. We gotta move the upper control arm, this spindle. Well, with the axle can stay there actually, but we just gotta move everything else with it. And this side over here, I already got disassembled. I did this all last night, so this side just needs to be put together. That's really it. But a lot of work to do, a little time. We gotta get to work. We're gonna start off on this side. Since you guys didn't see me disassemble the other side, the top part and all that stuff, I'm gonna show you guys what I did for that over there. So we're gonna start off removing this and the upper ball joint right there. So let me get to work on that, and hopefully don't have to grind off that one too. So let's get this thing off. Perfect. That is perfect. That's what you want. Don't want that thing stupid like the other side did. Like I said, that came off fine on the other side, but this is the one that had issues on the other side. All right. So let me get the hammer, whack that thing up. Now technically you're not supposed to do it this way, but this is like the easiest way for you to do it without hurting the boot. Just like that, pops up. Like I say, don't want to damage that, but if it's not going to be too bad, then do it. If it's going to be bad, don't do it. All right, turn this sideways like that. All right, hopefully this stays, what do you call it? Damn it. All right, did the same thing the other side did. So what I gotta do is I gotta grind it off. I gotta grind it right off right here, sadly. But gotta do what you gotta do. Messy, dirty. Wow, oh man, I almost took my arm off. Okay. Whew. Alright, got that off. Now listen, when you grind, please wear safety goggles. Don't do as I do. I usually wear safety goggles, but I can't find them right now, and yeah. So, I'm in a rush. So, don't do as I do. Do as I say. Alright, we're gonna need a 21 wrench and a 21 socket for over here. So these ones aren't too bad. At least on the other side it wasn't. So, hopefully I didn't jinx myself and do it. But hopefully we get this off. Now, of course, I do my double wrench trick, which if you don't know what the double wrench trick is, basically, take a wrench, take a second wrench, this doubles the torque. Doubling it probably does, honestly, but allows you to get more torque. Basically, you're making a break-up bar. Okay. They're basically making a break-up bar without having the whole bar. Okay, there you go. That loosened up at least a little bit. Same for this side, I'll do it real quick. All right, I got the short one here. I was using the long one last night, but at that point in time, I was freezing my ass off. I didn't feel like walking back inside to get, what do you call it? To get the shorter one, and the shorter one makes this a hell of a lot easier. There we go. And like I said, it's not like the others. It's not like the bottom ones where they seize on. These come right off easily, so that's always nice. Okay, hopefully that comes off my hand now. Hopefully. Don't fall on my head, please. Okay. probably clean these up. All right, there's the other control arm here. Now what I'm gonna go bring this down to my little my little grinder downstairs with a brush tool on it. I'm gonna clean up these threads because it looks like they stripped out slightly, not a lot. It's just from rust and stuff. So clean it up a little bit so hopefully it goes together back easier, real quick. All right, so I got the new control arm here. We're gonna place it right up on here. Get it in place. Make sure if you're doing this, following along, say on the right side of the truck, like right side orientation, truck facing this way, or the right side here. This is more towards the back of the truck here. So the other side, if you were to put it on this side here, this would be more over here. But you want the ball joint to be more towards the back of the truck here. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Hopefully. Alright, hang out there for a second, buddy. I'm gonna get your bolts. Oh, that's nice. I just ripped my glove. Nice. Now I did clean up the bolt a little bit so that it went on nicer, which it does. It does screw on nicer. It did strip it a little bit, but nothing like, nothing crazy. Just enough to be annoying, I should say. But I cleaned it up. She's good. I was gonna tap and dye the nut and the bolt itself together, but fine. There you go. Oh, right there. Aha, gotcha. Alright. That's in there now. I gotta pull this thing off also. Alright, so these are about 110 foot-pounds of torque. So right now I'm gonna get everything just situated first, and then we'll worry about torquing it. Let me just get this in. So if you're just doing the upper control arms here, they say you gotta remove the strut. I think you actually do. One guy in the comments said you don't have to remove it, but listen, the strut goes all right in here. I don't know how the hell you're getting this bolt out without the strut being out of the way. Now, if you want to give yourself a headache, go ahead. Probably, I think it'd be more of a headache than just removing this stuff all right here. Because if you're just doing this job, then you only got to remove this part here, of course, because if you're replacing this, and then just remove the strut, or just remove the strut. Which the strut's not too bad to remove, which is a pain in the ass, but to me sometimes we're going to put more aggravation in trying to make something that's easy harder, or you're just going to do the whole job right and then have a little aggravation along the way instead of all the aggravation on one area, if that makes sense. I don't know, that's how I think of it. I hate major aggravation, so I'd rather just have a little aggravation here and there than everywhere, because aggravation everywhere just sucks. Then you get pissed off, and then the job becomes so much worse than it really has to be. And then, I think the rest speaks for itself. Damn, guys, I don't think I was recording that entire time for a second. So I want to just replay with you guys what I was talking about here. So basically, you want to make sure this is at right height. When you install this here, you want to make sure it's at right height. So so if you install this thing like all the way down here, basically what happened is there's rubber in between here, and then there's this metal thing. So if you were to install it here, it's kind of hard to explain. Like if you install it there, let's just say the bushing would not work right. But what you're trying to achieve is you're trying to tighten the rubber right here to the center position. So when you push down on this right here, when you push down on that, see there's like a spring effect. Basically, what's happening is right here stuck, but the center twist. So basically, here's center point. When you start twisting, it starts creating like an elastic effect. So it wants to spring back to 0. So 0 needs to be right height. That's where you want to be at, so that when you get a nice cushiony drive and best results for your bushings. Now I put mine a little lower because we're getting a leveling kit on our shocks here, so I'm assuming it's gonna be lower. So I put mine. Usually, you usually want it right here. I put mine down here just because, like I said, we're having about an inch. I think that looks like a couple inches to be honest. So I might even be wrong where I have this at, but hopefully I'm right. Hopefully we're good. Shouldn't be too far off, But gonna get together, but now what we're doing is we're gonna be getting the lower control arms on. This only takes an hour, I think. I just gotta clean up the CV axle here, the spindle over there, just clean up, put new grease on everything, you know, everything nice and tidy. Craziest thing is gonna be the torque specs. No. Sorry, stupid earphone, sorry for ringing. The torque specs on these things are crazy numbers, which I will get to in a little bit to tell you that the crazy torques they want on this. And how we're gonna achieve them as well. All right. So as I said, I'm just gonna clean up the axle here a little bit. All the dirt that's gone on it since leaving this thing open and stuff. So we're just clean this up a little bit. Get all the dust that I've been blowing around at it from grinding and stuff like that. If you do the lower ball joints, 100%. I mean, the lower control arms, be ready to use a grinder and be proficient in it, because it's freaking annoying as hell, and you gotta know, and you gotta be used to using it, because sometimes you're gonna go into a position you're not gonna like. So just be careful if you do it. You don't want to put yourself in danger just because of a stupid thing like that. Especially with those things. Those things can rip your freaking finger off real quick if you accidentally do something wrong. So make sure you're comfortable with it, with touching those things. Alright, so we got the control arm here. We got the bolts here. I cleaned up everything, so everything's all cleaned up at least for the most part. So I got these new camber bolts. So these bolts, if you're, like I said, you gotta grind these off anyways. These bolts are expensive, just so you know. What are they? $60 a piece, $100 a piece, or per side, I should say, not a piece, per side. So what these do is basically allows you to have adjustable camber, you know, easily. So I'll show you guys right here. So as you can see, you have this bolt like this. And basically this piece right here bolts into, but you'll see it later on, we'll go right in there. You see a little extra hole next to the big giant bolt hole. That is for this little guy here to clip into. So, for this little guy right here to clip into. So, we're gonna get this thing out there, support it. Actually with these, it actually goes backwards this time. So actually this goes on the inside. So actually this goes on the outside now that I looked at it. So, this is where two people come in handy. But we don't got that right now, so hold it up. Oh shit, hold on. I mean, I gotta put this in now. So this is where two people come in handy. Alright. That's one in. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna put these nuts here for now. Let's get these on here. And let me get the size of this nut actually first. Alright, so this is 27. And where are you? 21? Probably 21, I think that's what it was. So we're gonna try to put this one in first. Not gonna tighten it up fully yet, but it's just to get it in there. And if you're using this kit, make sure that these things are lined up, because they will just tighten in without being lined up. There you go. I did it last time when I did my uncle's truck. And basically this is how you can adjust your camber now. So it actually moves, as you can see, it's moving it in and out now. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an alignment expert. I don't feel like lining this thing, so I'm just gonna get this thing nice and buttoned up for these guys to do it. Let the machine and let them tighten these things up. Like I said, I'm gonna tighten up to where I think they need to be, and that's it. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy on this stuff here. So I'll tell you guys the torque spec to this stuff though. I'll give the exact number. So you're gonna be very surprised what it is when I tell you it. Let's see, where's the ridiculous number? All right, there's two ridiculous numbers here. So for a lower arm for the lower control arms, it's 258 foot-pounds. And then for the lower bolt for your strut, this is even a crazier number, it is 406 foot-pounds. That is just ridiculous. But here's the torque specs. Let me make sure you guys can see this here. Just so you guys have all the torque spec stuff. So here it is. You might want to pause the video. Hopefully the camera's picking up good. But that's all the torque specs you need for the suspension, I believe. I didn't really get to look at this list fully, but that should at least help you guys get what you guys need. Now, just so you know, same thing with the bottom here. Like I said, at the top, you're gonna need to make sure when you tighten it, you're in at least the ballpark of where it's gonna be at ride height. Good. So that should be just enough for this thing not to move around too much on us as we're trying to do this. So next step would be probably to put the strut in. Yeah, probably put the strut in. That will allow us then to put the spindle on next. Alright, so Mr. Spindle here. There we go. That's so much better than what I was doing past 2 days. That's heavy. The spindle's not that heavy, but it's just awkward. 100% awkward. Yeah. Definitely not something that's like, you know, you enjoy sitting there holding. Alright, I get the thing jacked up now. I found out how you put it in. Basically, just jack it up as much as you can, and then you just take a pry bar and you just gotta pull this thing down to this thing. Now it's only gonna suck because it's definitely an extra, little extra depth down, so it's probably a little more pain in the ass, but hopefully we can get this without too much hassle or anything like that. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out, right? I guess at this point we need to get this axle in, because once that upper ball joint's in, definitely not gonna go easy. Alright, I'm gonna put some grease on this stuff here. Now we're not gonna put too much, just a little bit, just to throw some, you know, protection on it. I'm gonna throw grease inside here a little bit. So just some new grease, you know. Nothing crazy, just enough to, you know, say, hey, there's grease in it. Not gonna be an issue. You know, I cleaned it all fully out, so there is no grease in this anymore, for the most part. Alright, so I got the CV axle all lubed up. Now we're gonna try to bring this thing hopefully up into this here. I'm not even, actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this off for now. We don't need that on right now. That's only gonna cause complications and shit like that. And what we're gonna do actually, try and just get that lower bolt. Alright. So you guys see what I'm doing here, hopefully. I got pry bar here, and I'm just gonna do it just like this. Come on, you, come on, I got a castle nut in here. Alright. There it is. Perfect. So this is gonna go just like this. Oh shit. Axles just go straight in. Mr. Axle, let me in. Oh, there we go. Okay. this in. There's 4 bolts to this. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm keeping you guys in the loop here correctly. I don't want to be leaving you guys fully out, but so right now I'm getting these 4 bolts into this here. Hopefully we're not gonna have too much an issue with this. I gotta leave that vacuum on. Hopefully I don't knock that hose off, because that'd be bad. The whole point of that is because there's that, if you watched the last video, there's that thing in here that moves back and forth. And that's the whole point of the idea of us having this vacuum on this thing right here, is so that we don't mess up the thing in there. So we're gonna make sure that we don't mess that up, because that'd be very bad, and I don't feel like doing more work than I have to, you know what I'm saying? Because then that means you gotta change, I'll probably have to change a 4-wheel drive actuator, which then means that we're missing the race, which, or very tight, or just very tight clearance of making the race. So we want to make sure that we do this right in. We don't mess anything up. Definitely don't want to risk anything here. All right, so this, if you're gonna use this size, you gotta do it quick. Oh shit. All right, so you can't torque this until you get both wheels on the ground, locked. It's all locked into place. But this is gonna be 20 foot-pounds. I got it basically suited up. Just gotta make sure it's at 20 foot-pounds. And now you can do it by hand, but it definitely needs to be on the ground to get to a real tightness or anything. We do got our new wheel sensors here, so we do got to transition that. That should be locked up now. Yep, that's all locked up. All right, so next step is, what should we do next? You know what? Next step would, oh my god, my head, it's just, I hate hats for this reason, but right now it's too cold out not to wear a hat. Oh shit, I'm missing a bolt here. That's not cool. That's not cool. Now, lower ball joint nut, 111 foot-pounds on this guy here. So we're gonna try to get that to 111 foot-pounds, not 1100. That would be ridiculous. Oh, 21, 24, that's right. 24's over here. All right, guys, so we basically got it all situated here. We still got to grease that thing up, but when I take it to the alignment, I may have them do it just because, like, hey, can you guys do this for me? Thank you. Thank you very much. Blah, blah. So, may have them try to do that. If not, I'm going to get another grease gun and try it out. Other than that, listen, we've got the sway bar link in, which, you know, that's the most pain in the butt thing. You got to hold down with a 12-inch socket and use an 18 wrench and just wrench it in this little itty bitty hole up here. But that's how you got in there, a wrench and a 12-inch wrench. And then up here, like I said, held it with a 12-inch socket, wrenched it all the way down, and used the impact just to tighten it up. It is 59 foot-pounds torque if you want to torque it down and stuff, but I just tightened it up now. It's good enough. Yeah, rest everything else is your basic brake job. Is, you know, put the bracket on, caliper, and plug in this thing, put all your things back on here, and you're all good to go here. With that being said, guys, I am actually going to focus on getting the outside done. I'm not going to record it because I just need to get it done. You know, not worry about the cameras, this and that. So, listen, if you guys enjoyed the video, found it informational, or that just found it entertaining, just, you know, like to hang out, please like down below. Subscribe to the channel and join the adventure. Today, Danger Ranger's coming up, so racing videos coming up soon. Don't forget to follow your dreams. Do let me get in your way. I'll see you guys next one. And it is freezing out here because I'm still freezing.